The journey of milk. Where does it begin? Some think milk comes from the grocery store, while others think it comes from a cow. Truth is, both answers are right. But there's a lot more to it than that. Milk's journey begins with the cow, but it starts on the farm. Meet Jeff, the farmer.
I guess Jeff is an individual who always knew he was going to be farming. I knew I was going to take over the farm before I could run most of the equipment. It's just an instinct. It's in your blood.
We're working on it.
Farmers don't farm because they want to run a business. They don't generally like the paperwork. It's a challenge. I like having a lot of that aspect in the marketing side, but at the end of the day, we still like to be in the dairy barn with the cows. We still like to be in the field growing the crops. We take a lot of pride in the quality and the fact that we are feeding people.
Dairy farmers provide proper feed, safe and clean housing to make sure that their cows are healthy and productive. And many new and innovative techniques are used to ensure safe, sanitary, comfortable conditions for happy cows that make excellent quality milk.
On our farm, we've recently transitioned from a parlor system where you're milking cows twice a day to a robotic system where the animals are voluntarily milked. The automatic milking system, and in the particular brand that we went with, they call it a voluntary milking system. So the cows come as they choose for the most part, and once they enter the machine, all the information stored in the computer comes into play, as you know, how much are they producing, how the robot identifies the cow, and starts the process. So it'll grab a wash cup and attach it to the udder. And one at a time, it'll make sure that they're cleaned and prepared. It stimulates the cow to let the milk down. Because it's measured with automation, every quarter is measured individually. So if the flow is there, then that quarter is being milked. When the flow stops, that quarter is removed. And it goes on a quarter by quarter basis. So there's no extra stress on the cow with the machine hanging on when she's done. All the milk goes through a device on our robots that measures the color, the conductivity, temperature, and all these quality factors, and it keeps a log of them. So if anything changes, and more importantly, if more than one thing changes, then it can start to alert us that there may be something going on with the cow that needs to be addressed. So the cows are happy, and generally we are as well. Sanitation, it's probably the most important thing in the system when you're dealing with food is sanitation. So there's a schedule, the robots are washed twice a day, and then if there's any cows that come through that the milk is discarded for any reason, those machines are washed out before the next cow comes in. From the testing standpoint, we get our information a lot faster. We get a lot more detailed information on the quality of what we're shipping on the milk basis. Every tank load of milk that leaves this farm is tested for quality, and I can see the results within one working day. Milk is generally by nature locally produced. It's a perishable product. You can't really ship it all that far successfully. There's just a lot of environmental reasons and a lot of quality reasons to get it into a processing plant and on the shelf and keep everything as fresh and as convenient for the consumer as well.
Through the Canadian Quality Milk Program, all farmers in Alberta abide by best management practices to ensure a consistent and high-quality milk product. Milk safety starts on the farm. Today, dairy farmers rely on milk haulers, licensed to deliver it to dairy processing plants and local milk processors like the cheese factory. Local cheesemaker Brano Stanisic is a self-taught artisan cheesemaker. He makes his delicious and nutritious cheese in his incredibly efficient factory with the help of his staff and passion for cheese. The journey of milk continues with Brano's discovery of the secret of cheese making.
I like to discover what is the big secret in cheese making process, because all cheesemaker keeping some kind of secret. I asked the cheesemaker there, what is the cheese making process? He said, no, that is big secret, I don't want to tell you. So monitoring closely what she is doing during the day and reading all kind different source of book at university library, I discovered finally that secret. After the cheese making process, we need to have the milk. So our milk is supplied by local farmers in this area. So we pasteurize our milk high temperature for short time. That is mean about 72 degrees Celsius for about 16 seconds. Then we cool down in order to make the cheese.
Curdling is the separation of the liquids and solids called curds. By the addition of a fermenting agent, all cheeses undergo this step. Draining eliminates the whey from the curd to ensure the correct moisture content in the cheese. And pressing simply eliminates more whey. Ripening, additional ingredients, temperature, and humidity will ultimately give each cheese its distinct flavor.
The flavor and quality of the cheese depends on so many factors, not only for the food what the cows eat, things reflecting on quality of the milks and quality of the cheese products. People at the farmers market, they always ask what kind of cheese, they want to taste the cheese. That is one of many things in local support, because you see that I'm making cheese today, and after I made the cheese, I'm selling the same cheese. You can, as a customer, you can ask me any of your question, any question that you're interested in about my cheese. 100% Canadian milk is very high quality, and we must be really, really proud of our milk in Canada.
The journey of milk is one that is part science, part marketing, and environmentally sustainable.
Environment is my favorite topic these days. I think there's a lot of things that farms can do, and on this farm we certainly try. We're utilizing our manure, fertilizer sources off of our farm, and we're able to take not just our waste from the farms, but also we divert last year 700 to 800 tons of drywall waste from the city of Edmonton. Drywall is gypsum. Gypsum's calcium sulfate. Calcium and sulfur are two nutrients that are not very abundant in the manure and very useful as a nutrient in the field. So it's a natural fit. We have a fairly strong balance between the dairy and the amount of land that we farm, and then mixing the seed potatoes in is just a good spot to take advantage of some of the nutrients and byproduct of what comes out of the dairy side. Farmers generally are very have a high level of ingenuity. We're going to face the future and keep feeding the world and adapt and address all of the challenges that come with it. There's a lot of pressures on farmers to be more than just farming, to market, to be environmental stewards. We're under the microscope all the time. And I think it's important to have organizations like Alberta Milk and supply management that take some of that pressure off, so that we can focus on some key aspects rather than some of the political, social aspects that are put towards us. And those aspects are still important, but they can be dealt with separately from the day-to-day farming activities, and I think it's really the best way to move forward. There's just a lot of pride in raising kids on the farm and wanting them to experience it and seeing if they have the instinct and the talent to want to take over and continue, and it's a great livelihood.
The journey of milk. It starts on the farm.